So, Ambassador, you are the permanent representative of Pakistan to the United Nations. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much. Good to have me. Thank you.
Thank you. If I can please start with the first question. You already served in New York in 2009, 2012, and now. How would you compare these times to what is happening now? And if I may, on that larger, bigger picture, on this Jammu Kashmir dispute, what has just happened, how would you compare it to the whole framework of the dispute?
Yes, I, I believe it's an important question, particularly given some of the recent developments. And you know that there is a lot of discussion going on at the UN right now because some of the developments in recent years, some questions are being posed on the value of multilateralism and the utility of the United Nations. But I think while these doubts have been there in the past also, a large majority of member states, and it is true today also, that a large majority of member states, they believe that UN remains a very vital, very important organization, and that the best way for us, all member states, to be able to effectively address the very complicated and interlinked issues of peace and security, the best way remains through cooperative multilateralism. So I think that underlying sense of attachment to UN and multilateralism remains very strong. There are challenges, but I think it is up to the member states to come together, to sit across the table, to see what needs to be done, what kind of reforms are needed, how we can eventually maybe utilize this opportunity to have a United Nations which is fit for purpose and which serves the collective interests of the international community.
Thank you, Ambassador. If I may, now, during your press conference, you mentioned that you have spoken with the Secretary General twice, you have spoken with the Security Council members. What other actions are you taking, and are we expecting a UN Security Council meeting in the nearest future?
Well, thank you. So this is in a way linked to the other part of your first question, which was about Jammu and Kashmir. So, you know, this is one of the criticisms in recent years about the achievement and work of the United Nations, because many member states, they feel that some of the major issues related to international peace and security over the years, the UN somehow has not been able to resolve them. So in this often mentioned situations are the question of Palestine and similarly the dispute over Jammu and Kashmir. So we believe that if there is a political will, if there is a will, especially among the parties, to implement the resolutions of the Security Council, you know, because you know on both these issues, the Security Council has adopted resolutions which provide a framework under which these disputes, including Jammu and Kashmir, can be peacefully resolved for a just and lasting settlement. So I think the international community and the UN needs to really reinvigorate those efforts, need to undertake concerted efforts to push for peaceful settlement of these two situations. Now, coming back to the recent developments, as you know, that the situation on ground is very tense. There is a risk of serious escalation between India and Pakistan. And I can say that as far as Pakistan is concerned, this situation is not of our making. Uh, it is resulting from, you can say, unilateral actions from our neighbor, which are escalatory in nature, very serious steps that they have announced. That includes the holding in abeyance of the 1960 Indus Waters Treaty, which is a very significant treaty between India and Pakistan, and some other steps that they have taken. We have responded in a proportionate manner to these steps. At the same time, I think there is a realization among the members of the international community that serious efforts should be made to de-escalate this situation, because conflict will not be in anyone's interest. But in the backdrop of all of this, I believe, is the unresolved Jammu and Kashmir dispute. And we think that the members of the Security Council, particularly the permanent members, they have a historic responsibility to help address this situation, and particularly to make serious efforts to try to resolve the Jammu and Kashmir dispute.
And I don't know if you can share, but should we expect a UN Security Council meeting?
Yes, this has been on the cards. We have been in touch with fellow colleagues, members of the Security Council, also the presidency of the council, and we think that the appropriate moment is now, and we're going to request a meeting of the Security Council early next week.
Early next week. Thank you. And how do you find the support from the rest of the Security Council members and the UN Secretary General, who has offered the good offices?
We have been, obviously, being in the council, we've been in touch with all our colleagues there. We have briefed them, we've kept them updated of the situation. We have provided them our perspective as to how this has escalated to this level. And at the same time, we have engaged the Secretary General. I've met the Secretary General twice last week. The Secretary General also had a telephonic conversation with my Prime Minister. One thing that emerges from all of these contacts, because you would have seen that many of our friends, other countries who are actually also common friends of India and Pakistan, they have reached out to both sides. The Secretary General has reached out, and the SG in particular has offered his good offices as well, which Pakistan has gladly accepted. And the other members also, their common message is that any outstanding issues, any disputes, any points of divergence between the two countries, which are two big important countries, should be resolved politically through dialogue and conversation and cooperation. And one universal message that comes out from all those contacts is that everyone is in favor of de-escalating. So I think that's an important message. We believe that this serious messaging needs to be taken forward, and I would say that a greater part of this messaging needs to be towards our neighbor, because we believe that it is their actions which have actually led to the escalation of this situation.
Do you feel India will accept the good offices of Secretary General, and have you spoken to your Indian ambassador, to your colleague?
I think this is, you touched the heart of some issues. This has been a problem which has also impeded, the resolution of some of the outstanding issues between India and Pakistan. As I mentioned, there were the UN UN Security Council resolutions on Kashmir, which both India and Pakistan had accepted, which provide for self-determination of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. But slowly India went back from these resolutions and finally started saying that it does not accept those resolutions, although this is not in accordance with international law, because under international law, UN Security Council resolutions remain valid till the time they have been implemented or they have been overtaken by new resolutions. So the Security Council resolutions are there, they remain valid. India is not ready to implement them. This is one issue. And then some of our friends, they tell us, they advise both India and Pakistan to to talk bilaterally. But here also the problem is that India has suspended bilateral dialogue. We used to have a comprehensive dialogue in which all issues were discussed, but they have suspended this dialogue unilaterally. So there's no dialogue taking place as well. And thirdly, and which is a very important point, which was your question, that many friendly countries, including in particular the UN Secretary General, Mr. Guterres, and all of his predecessors, they have always offered their good offices, which Pakistan has always accepted, but India, for its own reasons, does not accept. So I think it shows this kind of a negative behavior on part of India. I mean, not to engage on the Security Council resolutions within that international legal framework that was there, and also not to respond positively to all these efforts of good offices. Good offices.
Thank you, Ambassador. You also mentioned during your press briefing that Pakistan has the right for self-defense, and it would have been done under the UN Charter. We also saw an interview with your colleague, Ambassador to Russia, who mentioned in his interview with Russia Today that all cards are on the table, including possibly nuclear weapons, if that would come to that. In your mind, what scenario would have to happen that we would, shift from now unfriendly rhetoric to actually military resolutions?
Yeah, I think our position is clear. And by the way, no one in the international community wants to see the situation escalate to a level where hostilities break out between our two countries. I mean, Pakistan and India are not two ordinary small countries. You know the background also. There is this Kashmir issue in the context. So no one wants this escalation, not least Pakistan. We are our focus primarily at the moment is on economic development. Our economic indicators are very good. We are totally focusing on diversifying our exports, inviting investments. So this situation, it doesn't suit us at all. This is not our priority. But as I said, the escalation is from the other side, and this is what we have been, advising and telling our friends, and I think they hear us very clearly. And no one wants escalation. We have said that we don't want this, but if there is any act of aggression, any provocation, then obviously, like any other country, we have the right to self-defense, which is in accordance with the charter. And such situations have arisen in the past. As you recall, there was this very tense situation and escalation in 2019, which I would say we were, both sides were lucky in the sense that it got de-escalated in a certain way. You never know how things, will end up. So we shouldn't be in such a situation in the first place. But as I said, and as our other officials have said, we want peace, but we remain prepared and we have the capability to deter any aggression.
Thank you. Now, the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, called for the escalation, and so Vice President J.D. Vance, you also mentioned during your press briefing that you would like to see the permanent members do more. What do you think the United States could do more in this case? Could there, for example, be a mediator, or what would you expect them or would like to see them to do?
I think whatever positive role and a neutral role, impartial role that our friends, especially the major powers, can play, we welcome that because such a role will be in the interest of peace and stability. And you know, with regard to, I would say, not only helping de-escalate this situation that has developed, but I think our friends, especially the permanent members of the Security Council, they should look into this whole situation more deeply. And you know, in that historical context, I'm sure they know that with a cycle recurring, we end up in such situations. And the major reason for that is that the Jammu and Kashmir issue is lingering. It's there, it's unresolved, it's just there. And the situation in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir has been very tense for the last many years, and especially after the unilateral actions that the Indian government took on 5th August 2019, when they attempted to alter the internationally recognized disputed status of Jammu and Kashmir, and all the repression and human rights violations that followed. It has created a lot of problems, I would say, for the people of Kashmir. They want peace, they want justice, they want self-determination, which was promised to them by the international community. So, and the framework for that is there. The Security Council resolutions clearly say that the Kashmiri people will decide their future in accordance with the resolutions. There will be a plebiscite organized under the auspices of the United Nations. I think we need to move back to those parameters, and obviously the permanent members of the Security Council, they have a key role to play when it comes to actually having the resolutions of the Security Council implemented.
And on that note, of course, Russia is one of the P5, but could you see a bigger role for Russia in this? Again, maybe as a mediator or helping to bridge the bridges?
Russia is an important member of the international community. Pakistan has close ties with the Russian Federation. These ties have become more warm in recent years. There's a lot of mutual confidence and trust in this relationship. At the same time, you know that Russia has very close relations with India. So I think Russia is a country which has influence and which has the advantage of these relations with our two countries. And if it wishes to play that role, it might help toward what I'm saying, that all the major countries are friends. I would say they should come together actually to try to resolve the Jammu and Kashmir dispute. Yes.
Thank you. And On that note, Russia and Pakistan, as you mentioned, have warmer relations now, especially also it got strengthened since the Ukrainian war. Do you believe it can flourish even more in the nearest future?
Yes, we have constant contacts at various levels with the Russian Federation. There have been meetings at higher levels also. Uh, there's a lot of potential for further strengthening this relationship. I would be frank, I think the economic trade and at the same time the defense relationship is not really up to the level that we would expect. So there's a lot of room to do more. I think the political will on both sides is there. We are cooperating on so many other issues, including at the United Nations. We cooperate on counterterrorism. We have, an approach on regional issues such as Afghanistan. So there are many areas in which we see convergences, and we are very happy to, take this relationship forward and to strengthen this in various dimensions.
Thank you, Ambassador. Now, if I may quickly on the Indus Water Treaty, which India suspended unilaterally, do you think it can be as a precedent for other countries to follow?
Yes, certainly. I think it's going to be a very dangerous precedent, and for the very simple reasons that this announcement, this decision by India to hold in what they call abeyance is against the provisions of the treaty itself. There is no provision in the Indus Water Treaty for any kind of abeyance or suspension, even. And then, largely speaking, this is a complete violation of international law, because if you have this attitude that you unilaterally start abrogating or putting into suspension bilateral treaties, which are international treaties, then this entire edifice on which international relations, bilateral relations are built, it will start to crumble. I don't think anyone wants that happening, and especially in the case of the Indus Water Treaty, because it relates to the sharing of waters, the rivers, which was agreed between the two countries under the auspices of the World Bank, which is the guarantor of this treaty. So if you start violating that and then go to the extent of unilaterally trying to suspend this treaty, it's a very dangerous precedent, and I'm sure many of the other countries around the world, because water is it was already a very important issue, but it has assumed a lot more importance in, by the way, what's happening around the world. Climate change. Many countries are water scarce countries, including Pakistan. So the lower riparian states, their rights, all those questions come to fore when we look at this particular decision, which is very, very disturbing, and I believe the international community would be watching this very closely.
Thank you, Ambassador. Is it okay to have two more questions?
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you so much. Now, do you think that India's withdrawal from the statehood of Jammu and Kashmir in 2019 is the major pinpoint of what is happening now?
Yeah, it is one of the major reasons, and because when they took that decision in 2019, August, 5th August. Again, as I was saying,
Yes.
many of their actions are actually illegal. They have no legal, status whatsoever. They are in violation sometimes of their own laws, and often they are in violation of the international law. And this case also, what they did in 2019, the abrogation of the special status of Kashmir, and trying to alter its internationally recognized disputed status, and then trying to re-engineer and bring about demographic changes, because this is a disputed territory, this is an occupied territory. You cannot do that under the Geneva Conventions also. And all of these steps were in violation of the relevant UN Security Council resolutions. So it was a big, step back. It was something that was completely rejected and resented by the Kashmiri population itself. So this was a clear message to India, I think, from the Kashmiris who completely rejected this. Our position has been that it led to a serious escalation, downgrading of diplomatic ties. We believe that in order for us to move forward, India should revert and rescind these actions that it took in August 2019. And by the way, this question is important in the sense that if you recall, in 2019, an incident happened in Pulwama, a terrorist incident, and then 6 months down the road, we saw India taking those steps about Kashmir. So it's kind of a track record of India to try to misuse such incidents to advance its strategic objectives. So it did that with regard to Kashmir in 2019, and what we are seeing now also, same disregard for international law, that the moment, the day this incident happened on 22nd April in Kashmir, the very next day they decided and announced that they are putting in abeyance the Indus Water Treaty. So it should be kept in mind that they had been questioning, they had already started questioning this treaty for some time. And so they exploited this situation to take this step, which again I would say that is totally illegal.
Thank you, Ambassador. Last question, please, on this conflict and media coverage. How do you assess the media covering what is happening? Do you feel like they are passing the message? We have also alternative media as the X social media. I know that the Pakistani mission is very good at using Twitter, or X actually. We cannot call it Twitter anymore, but X, you as well. How would you see this stream of information?
Well, I think media has an important role. It has always been there. As you say, now the landscape is more diverse. Apart from the print and electronic media, you have the social media, and everyone is trying to influence to advance their narratives. But the basic principles of fair reporting and objective reporting and bringing that kind of information and analysis to the audience, whether it's traditional media or social media, remains very important. And particularly on issues such as these, which are bigger issues of peace and security, on which the audience is expecting to hear and to be informed of what is happening and what are the facts, and in order also for them to distinguish what are facts and what are disinformation and misinformation. That also remains very important. So we hope that this particular issue, it has gained the attention of the of the international media, and we hope that the media will also play its part in bringing the right information to the public, and also, I would say, mobilizing and propagating this message that is there, that this situation should better be de-escalated.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor for us that you made time. It's a very busy period, so we are very grateful for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.